If you are not using ChatGPT to help you study English faster, then you're really missing out on a great tool. I bet you're still using the traditional methods like textbooks, which are okay, but this is the 21st century. That's where I come in. Today I'm going to show you my top 5 tips on how to use the world's most famous AI program to boost your English learning. Welcome to probably the future of education. Now the first thing you can use it for, buddy up. Type in this prompt and you will be able to have a conversation with ChatGPT like it's a person. As you can see in this example here, it's started asking me about my day, I have responded, it's then pushed the conversation on and also corrected my mistakes at the same time. Even when I intentionally make a mistake, it still corrects me. Now, this is an AI program, so you need to be really clear and really precise in the instructions that you give it. Now, obviously, it's no replacement for spoken conversation, but with this you can experiment with new sentence structures. Maybe if you learned some grammar, you've learned about the present perfect, you can use it here. There are 2 versions of ChatGPT. You have 3.5 and you have 4. ChatGPT 4 is a subscription service, you need to pay for it. I've experimented with 3.5, which is the free version, and I would say that it's about 80% accurate. I've also found that it corrects me on things that aren't always an error, but this is not frequent and better than a textbook. The second thing you can do, word lists. You can create, in 5 seconds, lists of the most common phrasal verbs of a particular category, irregular verbs, compound nouns, compound adjectives, common idiomatic expressions. I have used this when planning my lessons and it has saved me hours. I studied German at college, and in German there's something called separable verbs. They are very similar to English phrasal verbs. I spent days categorizing all of these verbs into headings like business, environment, socializing. I would literally have killed somebody for this tool.
I'll kill you!
Even looking now through this list of business phrasal verbs, yeah, I'm impressed. These are all extremely common expressions. And because you can download ChatGPT on your phone and it synchronizes, if you work in business, you always have this list of phrasal verbs that you can incorporate into emails. Or if you're studying for an exam, it's there. This is the future.
I am a machine.
The third thing, simplifying grammar. Does your textbook not explain the present perfect very well? Have you read pages and pages and you're still confused? Type this prompt and let ChatGPT do its magic. Not bad, not bad. And if you think it's a little bit too simple, you can ask it to expand. Go into more detail. Wow. That's a full comprehensive list, and yeah, it's correct. You could also use it for the difference between certain words. Again, not always 100% accurate. Go online just to verify it, but most of the time, in my experience, it's correct. Maybe I won't have a job soon. Time to work on my OnlyFans account. Number 4, correcting your writing. Do you write emails in English for your job? Are you studying for an exam? And this one is fantastic. Let's imagine you're studying for an exam. Type this into ChatGPT, be very specific, and it will generate a question for you. Then write your answer and write, please correct my response. And it literally gives you feedback based on what you've written. I've tested it and it is very good at correcting grammatical mistakes that you make in your writing, and better than a textbook. Do you have problems finding time to study? If you have a very consistent schedule, you can tell ChatGPT all of this information and it will help create a study plan for you. Some other examples that I didn't include are things like role plays. If you're a doctor learning medical English, you can ask ChatGPT to simulate being a patient. Or if you have a job interview coming up, type the responses to questions it asks you. Just make sure you also give it information about the job that you are applying for. If you have some new ideas or new ways that you use ChatGPT, leave me a comment down below. And while you're here, why don't you test your English listening ability with this video here, where I give my review of living in Rome for the past 5 years while teaching you some English expressions at the same time. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, subscribe so that you can always access future content the moment it arrives, and bye for now.